I'm on my way with my mom right now. We're in the car, if you can tell. We're going to the farmer's market to go get stuff for Thanksgiving. So today's Tuesday, but by the time this goes up, it'll be Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. I wanted to talk about some things that you can do to just make sure that you are staying on track on Thanksgiving while still being able to enjoy your Thanksgiving. So I'm going to talk about that today. Make sure you stay till the very end so that you can get all of the tips on exactly what to do to stay on track. It's just my chest. What was my first tip? How many years have you been having Thanksgiving?
25.
My mom's been having Thanksgiving at her house for 25 years. So this is actually tip number one. I'm going to be making some dishes as well, because one really good idea just when you're going to a holiday party and if you're not necessarily in control of the meals that you're going to be able to have, I mean, any host or hostess would love for you to bring an appetizer. It's one less thing you have to cook, right?
Absolutely.
So you can always make something healthy to bring. I like to just roast up some vegetables. That's always a good thing. And you add like 5 heads of garlic. I don't know if you guys have seen that meme on like all recipes are wrong when they say to add like 2 cloves of garlic, when everybody always just ends up adding like 7. I have my free holiday cookbook that you can check out, and I have a bunch of really good recipes on there, even healthy dessert recipes. So there's this baked apple that's really good. It basically takes the place of apple pie. Sounds a little just like to have like a baked apple, but it has like heavy whipping cream on it. So it's good. We're both wearing like puffy jackets and like scarves, and it's 54 degrees out.
54 in California.
And we also have the heater on, but I also have my keto coffee. So all my intermittent fasting peeps, cheers. Which also, tip number 2, intermittent fasting is a really great tool to use. It's like half dark, half light, especially during the holidays, because you know, it's after you've eaten all the food, the best thing you can do the next day, people are always like, well, how do you bounce back after that? The best thing you could do is to fast. And the reason why is because your body has plenty to work with at that point. Like, you have a lot of your glycogen stores are refueled. You have a lot to work with. So actually fasting the next morning, just a normal intermittent fasting period that I talk about in the intermittent fasting program and on my website and on this YouTube channel. But if you just fast, that helps to make it so that your body can go through. I thought you were trying to steal some of my...
I was going to, but I was afraid you'd get mad.
My mom just tried to steal some of my keto coffee, and then she thought better. She was like, I knew that you were going to get mad. So basically, it's a really good tool. It's the best tool you can use to bounce back after Thanksgiving so that you are able to feel better the next day. It'll help to reduce your bloating. It'll help to repair your gut after probably a little bit too much food. Again, if you want all the details of intermittent fasting, check out my Intermittent Fasting 101 workshop that I have on my YouTube channel. Check out my 21-day intermittent fasting program. And then keto coffee. Cheers with me. We just left the farmer's market. It actually wasn't as busy as we were expecting it to be, since it's the day before, actually 2 days before Thanksgiving. We got everything we needed. We got this really pretty bouquet. Since we're speaking about veggies from the farmer's market, the third tip is to really make sure that you focus on your veggies first. So when you're at, Thanksgiving dinner, there's actually usually a lot of vegetable options too. So like I said, we're doing the roasted veggies.
Yep.
What I like to recommend is to really focus on veggies first. So before you have the stuffing or something that isn't necessarily in line with your goals, always have a cup to 2 cups of veggies first. So I don't mean like the types of veggies. So if it's like like green bean casserole where it's about 10% veggies, that doesn't really count. foods like, you know, a baked veggie or some type of salad is great, and that can count toward having that 1 to 2 cups of veggies, and that will help to make it so that you are filling up on fibrous foods so that you don't overindulge on the things that aren't necessarily in line with your goals, and so that you can still have those things but not have excessive amounts. Like, you're not only going to eat that, you're still getting the good healthy foods too. Yeah, you definitely don't want to just like deprive yourself on Thanksgiving. That's why it's important to have like the veggies first, because you want to fill up the majority, like get some type of sense of fullness and shutting off those hunger hormones, so you aren't relying on filling up your hunger with the foods that aren't in line with your goals. So once you've had that 1 to 2 cups of veggies, then you can add in some of the things that you love. So like for me, my favorite thing from Thanksgiving is always the stuffing.
Stuffing?
I always have stuffing. Well, of course, pie, which I'm making an apple pie recipe this year. But yeah, just as long as you start off with those veggies first, and that's the most important thing. Fourth tip, this is actually really important. I see this happen a lot, and I'll see it happen with my family, friends, or clients, where you think that since it's Thanksgiving, you're going to fill yourself up on so many foods. You think that you're like, okay, I'll just not eat before Thanksgiving, or or whatever holiday dinner or holiday party, just not eat since you're going to have so many foods. That is the last thing that you should do. You should still maintain your regular healthy meals, especially if you're following the 21-day intermittent fasting program. That nutrient timing will help make it so that your blood glucose levels remain stable, and so that you aren't starved by the time that you get to Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas Eve dinner or whatever holiday dinner that you're having, and so that you can still, like I said, have those foods that you enjoy but not overindulge, so that you don't feel so the next morning. So still have your normal foods like the things we've talked about. The blueberry hemp smoothie, I have a video on that which I'll link out to. That's a great thing to have for healthy fats in the morning to help turn off your hunger hormones. And then, you know, a nice hearty salad or roasted veggies or something that at lunch that you can have with some healthy fats as well, so that you are able to continue to turn off your hunger hormones. That way you don't feel like hangry before you get to Thanksgiving or another holiday dinner, and make it so that you go crazy over the appetizers, the salami and cheese. Okay, so I mentioned this in my Instagram IGTV, I believe it was. This tip is a really important one as well. So this is about the next day. You may feel like the next day you want to go to the gym and just do like the most intense HIIT workout you've ever done to sweat it all out. But that, again, that's not something you should be doing, because your body is processing foods it's not used to processing. So you're most likely in a slightly more inflamed state, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because it's not like this happens every day, but you just don't want to further that inflammation by then punishing yourself at the gym with a high intensity interval training or a really long run. One of the best things you can do, like I mentioned, is to utilize intermittent fasting the next morning, and then also at the same time go for a really long walk. And that actually is great, because you can make it a social activity with your family and grab your whole family, go for a long walk, and, you know, bundle up if you're in a cold area and go for a long walk, and that'll actually help to tap into your fat burning mechanisms and be more efficient actually at detoxing your body of the foods that maybe you did overindulge in the day before. Yeah, I'd say bundle up, but for us it's not even 54 degrees anymore, and we still have the heater on. 61. It's 61 degrees. Yeah, I have a client of mine who just posted a picture saying that it's 0 degrees where she's at, so it makes me feel like a wuss. But those are the main tips that are really useful tips that you can use so that you can still enjoy the foods that you like on Thanksgiving, not deprive yourself, still have those foods, because I'm definitely a believer in enjoying yourself on these holidays that really only happen once or twice a year. Enjoy time spent with your friends and family, and don't feel deprived, don't feel left out, because you can still enjoy yourself, have those foods. Just make sure that you're prepared and do the strategies that I talked about. Utilize intermittent fasting the next day, eat those veggies first, and you can still have those other things that you love and enjoy too, and still not feel terrible the next day. What's your thing that you like to have, Mom?
The first thing I go for are the roasted vegetables because I love those. And then after I do have my roasted vegetables, I load up on stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy. But I do eat my roasted vegetables first because I love those as well.
There you go. Trained her well. All right, guys. Well, have a great, happy Thanksgiving. Like I said, enjoy your time with your friends and family. And I'll see you guys next time. Remember, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps support my channel. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.